Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cozy Cauldron. So today we're doing messages from your ancestors, and for this I kind of wanted to do like an older theme. Before I get into a bit of my tangent about the history of these cards, I'll first tell you what we have here. The first card here is Ilioko, which is, I would say, like the sun, the genius of the sun is how it's translated. Rhetorica, which is rhetoric, and Fortezza, which is like fortitude or strength. So pick whatever pile you feel drawn to. You can watch more than one or however many you want. There's no rules to it. And I put timestamps below for you guys to pick whatever pile feels best. Now I'll get into a little bit of the history of the cards. So these are called the I Tarocchi Del Mantegna. This is the E series, and I'm a bit of a nerd about history, and what I think is so cool about this is that these are a 1981 reprint of a card deck from, I believe, is 1465. And for this particular date of reprint, they only made 1,000, and only 500 were sold in the US. So I managed to find an Italian one at an antique bookstore, and I just could not let it up. So it's not exactly like tarot cards. It's kind of like a deck of cards in game that predates tarot as a game, or kind of was like alongside it. I think I might make a video in the future about this entire deck. There's 50 cards. I think the style is so beautiful. They're very Renaissance-esque, which makes sense because that's when they were created, or at least the original print was created. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing a bit of an older theme, and I thought to go with like the ancestors, and I thought that these cards were just perfect for it. But yeah, I'll get started with the reading now. I just wanted to talk about these cards a little bit because I think they're so fascinating. And I'll get started with pile 1. Hey pile 1, if you guys chose Ilioko, which is the genius of the sun, show you it a little closer, then this will be your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and go with some tarot cards. I have the Jane Austen tarot right here, which is a little different than the typical tarot deck. They only have, let me see, 53 cards, but I really love this deck and the illustrations, and the illustrations, and I thought it fit well for today's theme. So I'm gonna ask Pile 1, what are Pile 1's messages from their ancestors? You got the Empress. I believe this is supposed to be Elizabeth Bennet. Get you guys 3 tarot cards. Messages from Pile 1's ancestors. Got the 3 of Cups. One more card from Pile 1's ancestors. And I'd say the 3 of Swords. Okay, let me get you guys some old style Lenormand fortune telling cards. We got the ship right here. Focus here. And we got the bouquet. Now I want to get 1 astrology card. You guys got Libra. Okay. So I'm definitely getting a lot about relationships with people, any sort of relationship, not just romantic, but friendships, relationships with your family, just how you relate to people, because here you got Libra, which is relationships, the beauty of doing things with your partners, and you got the Three of Cups, you got the Empress. I'll have to read the ship and the bouquet, but I know the bouquet has to do with romance and gifts from an admirer. You also have the Three of Swords, which in the booklet for this talks about rejection. But this card, the Genius of the Sun, makes me think about the sun in traditional tarot. So what I'm seeing overall is I feel like you have recently undergone some sort of falling out or breakup. I feel like you could have broken up with your partner or, significant other. Or I can also see with the Three of Cups that you had a falling out with your friend group or the group of people you spent a lot of time with. And I feel like this is making you feel very rejected and, upset and lonely. But I see that what your ancestors are telling you is that this was a necessary change and things are going to get much brighter. What you had before that you're grieving right now and feel rejected from was not fitted for you anymore. And something new is coming in, new relationships, new love that will make you much more happier. And the interesting thing about the Three of Swords and how it talks about rejection is it makes me think of that saying, rejection is divine protection. So if you were trying really hard to be with someone, keep someone happy, keep someone in your life or a group of people in your life, and you're feeling really rejected with how it turned out, just know that it's actually for your own good and things will end up better than how you feel right now. So your ancestors are really telling you to kind of keep your head up and know that right now things feel hard, but they're going to get better and it's going to be better than it was before and what you feel like you lost. So let me look at the notes for the ship. Ooh, so it says trip, foresight, growth, and opportunity. It says this card means success in business, especially on a trip. The ship symbolizes something new rushing into a person's life and changing it, sometimes cardinally. Improvement in business affairs requires initiative, change, habits, inner motivation, and the desire to change yourself. In terms of relationships, it shows a favorable period and changes for the better. Okay, so I definitely feel like that hits very spot on, changes for the better. Definitely new changes will be rushing in soon once you process your emotions around this sort of loss or rejection. We look at the bouquet now. Okay. The bouquet means gift, happiness, gratitude, and success. It signals happiness and pleasure in everyday affairs and general satisfaction with life. For women, it means a thoughtful, caring partner and a possible gift. This card can mean a joyful event, preservation of harmony, or recognition in society. It represents beauty in all manifestations, pretty wild with the Libra card, from appearance and surroundings to inner fullness and contentment. So it's really interesting how every card is kind of tying together. Yeah, I'm getting very strongly that you're having an uncomfortable change happen right now in terms of your social life or your personal partnerships, and it's making you feel pretty battered and overwhelmed and a bit rejected, but you're being told that it's going to be okay. This change is for the better. You're moving on to better things that will benefit you more and will make you happier. People who will actually appreciate you. I'm also saying that with the Empress, Libra, okay, that you're being told to really spend time kind of pampering yourself, doing fun self-care things. And self-care is more than just like the typical stuff you see on social media about like face masks and pedicures, and that's all really fun, and you should do that if you feel called to. But it also means, drinking enough water, eating nutritious meals that make you feel good, and just being kind to yourself, watching movies that you enjoy, taking in, lighting a candle that smells really good, things like that. I'm getting very strongly to sort of spoil yourself right now. Be very kind to yourself, pamper yourself, nurture yourself, and divulge in things that you find beautiful or that you consider related to beauty. I'm also getting a lot of creativity with the Empress, 3 Cups, and Libra. I think right now a really great outlet would be painting or doing makeup, any sort of creative, beautiful pursuit. I think you should give a shot. I think it'll make you feel better, and it might be the way that you meet these new people is through maybe a painting class or pottery class, something of that sort. I feel like pursuing a creative endeavor that makes you happy and feel accomplished will bring about people who are more closely aligned with you and what you enjoy. So your messages from your ancestors are basically saying, don't worry about it. It feels really big right now. It feels maybe embarrassing. Rejection always kind of sucks, but like I said, rejection is divine protection. This thing that you're grieving right now, whatever loss it was not going to be good for you in the long run. And you're being guided through this loss to something much better that will result in you being happier and basically just overall content in life. So yeah, your ancestors are telling you, I know you're sad you didn't get this thing, but trust us, we know like this wouldn't work out and this would actually do more damage than good, so we're redirecting you to a better point in life. Okay, Padawan, I hope this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the theme. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys next time. Bye! Hey Patu, if you guys chose I can't speak today. If you guys chose Retorica, then this is your reading. I really like this imagery. I think she looks very powerful. Makes me think of like Athena or Joan of Arc. I think she looks really cool. Though I'm not sure about these little babies just hanging around with their really long horns. I think that's kind of funny. Alright, I got a little sidetracked there. So I'm gonna be starting off with Jane Austen tarot deck, which is a little different than normal tarot. It's only 53 cards. It kind of combines some of the major arcana with the suits, so that's why there's less than the normal amount, but I think it's a really beautiful deck and fitting with the kind of older theme of this reading. So I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to ask Pal2's ancestors, what are the messages Pal2 needs to know? Okay. Got the 4 of Wands. Oh, that fell on the floor. Let me grab that. You got the Emperor or also the King of Swords. Get one more card. Oh, okay, that's... Okay, you got two cards that just popped out, which would be the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands. This right here. Okay. Let me get you guys some old style Lenormand fortune telling cards. Just two from your ancestors. Got the heart and the clover and the oh my gosh. I'm just gonna take the heart and the clover. Everything else was just flipped over. I might get one more card though. And the mountain. Now let me get you guys an astrology card. Jupiter. Okay, let me move a few things around so we can have every card hopefully in frame. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. I'm actually going to read the booklet for the Four of Wands card. I think this booklet has some really interesting explanations for the cards. A set of well-trimmed bonnets speaks of one's wealth and status. It's kind of fun. They are very pretty. So when I initially look at rhetoric or rhetorica, I kind of get the sense of someone who is very focused on their goals at the moment. Like, very laser focused on achieving something. I get very strong Queen of Swords energy from this. Probably because she's holding a sword, but it makes me think of the Queen of Swords, very certain of themselves and sharp-witted and doesn't take any nonsense, as you shouldn't, and, you know, has boundaries and stands up for yourself. But I feel like maybe, you know, you're kind of being told that you're doing too much at once. I think you're very, very focused on achieving your goal, but I'm hearing that you're giving in too much to the technicality and not so much the creativity. I'm not entirely sure what your goal is. I'm assuming it has something to do with a project or a business or school, something that will improve your life and is a goal of yours. But I feel like you're so absorbed in this that you're missing a lot of outside opportunities or that could enhance your personal happiness, specifically around relations and just in general taking breaks, socializing and whatnot. I feel like you're turning down a lot of socialization in order to work on this. Which is understandable. When you want to get something done, you have to, you know, commit to it and take time. Whenever I'm in university, I socialize way less, especially around finals week. But I'm kind of getting that you've been working this hard for a long time. And I feel like your ancestors are telling you need to take a break. Put the books down. Put the books down for a second. Take off your work cap and just do something fun. I feel like you've hit an obstacle. When I see this mountain card, I think of just obstacles that need to be overcome. Like, you need to climb over that mountain in that, like that Miley Cyrus song. there's always going to be another mountain, but I'm getting that you encountered a problem and it's a roadblock and you're kind of just like ramming your head into it, but that's not the way that it's going to be solved. And your ancestors are telling you, you know, this is a wonderful thing that you are pursuing. It's going to be really profitable and fulfilling, but you've hit a roadblock, and part of that roadblock is caused by you working too much, by looking at the situation too logically. It sounds weird to say it like you're being too logical, but for something about this problem requires you to get in touch with your intuition and your emotions, which I feel like is a bit more not really your style. I think I get the sense that you like to be more mind over heart. But this issue you run into requires you to connect more with your emotions in order to resolve it. It's kind of like, it feels like a life lesson, like one of those monumental karmic lessons you have to learn that will keep getting repeated throughout your life until you learn from it. And yeah, I think once you set the books down, take the hat off, and accept an invitation to socialize, go to a party, and just let yourself loose, I think the solution will come to you pretty quickly. I feel like I'm envisioning you at, you know, a friend's party or some social situation, and you're finally, you know, not thinking about this project or this work. You're finally just being in the moment and enjoying yourself with the people around you. And when that happens, it's like a light bulb moment, and you know what you need to do to resolve this. Yeah. Let me read the little booklet, the Lenormand cards on the Heart, Clover, and Mountain. I like reading the booklet for these cards. So, the heart first. So the heart is love, friendship, harmony, happiness, and support. The heart indicates comfort, happiness, and a harmonious, loving relationship. It can refer to new relationships or increased feelings in established relationships, including close friendships. This card can bring serendipity, support from others, prosperity, and satisfaction in many areas. It signals great potential for personal growth. I know it says in combination of negative cards, it can mean a breakdown of relations or difficult experiences. But I'm not getting that so much. I'm kind of getting that this is something you need to prioritize. The clover is luck, happiness, fate's gift, and expectation. The clover card is a symbol of spontaneous windfall, happy endings, luck and success, hope for the better, and the end of difficulties. It suggests a carefree life, even if it's temporary. It predicts the possibility of realizing your loftiest plans and wildest dreams. If you have been dealt this card, it's talking about the negative possibilities too, but once again, I'm not getting that this isn't going to turn out well. I'm getting that this is going to turn out, this is going to turn out well. It's just, in order to resolve your issue, you need to adjust a few things. Oh yeah, Mountain says, isolation, delay, obstacles, and a deadlock. Represents the presence of a barrier on the way to a desired outcome. It could be a person, unforeseen events, or additional work slowing the movement toward the goal. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm getting, is that you are working really hard towards something you feel very passionate about. It's what you want to do in your life. It's very important to you. And it's going to be very successful. But you've encountered this problem, and the way you have gone about solving problems with this project in the past will not work with this one. In order to find the solution for this project, you need to set down the load and have a carefree time, which I think is difficult for you. But it's definitely worth it, because if you just keep like stubbornly running into this problem and like trying to break it down by force, it's gonna take way longer than if you just took a break, spent some time with friends. Because with the heart, it mentioned how you could get possible help from people you know or from new relations. So maybe when you go out and take a break, maybe go to a party, a bar, I'm getting strong like social environment, party, you may meet someone new that could have a solution to your problem. Maybe they say something that makes you realize, oh, I could do that and that would fix this. So yeah, definitely your ancestors, they're very happy and proud of how hard you're working, but they're telling you to take a break in order to resolve this issue. And once it's resolved, things will go back to being very... Once this issue is resolved, things will, I think, expand much quicker than you expected. Yeah, this is a very nice, positive reading. It's good advice. Sometimes the best thing to do is have some fun. And that's what you're being told, is put down the work and have some fun, and you'll find the solution to your problem. Okay, pile 2, I hope this resonated. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to get a little more comfortable with these YouTube videos and readings. I often have anxiety when I do them, so I'm trying to just get a little more comfortable with it, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you guys next time. Bye! Hey pile 3, if you guys chose Forteza, which is fortitude or strength, and this is your reading. So I'm going to put this up here, and I'll be starting off with some Jane Austen tarot cards. I feel like it was fitting for this kind of older style reading, and they're really quite beautiful. Something about these tarot cards is that they have less than the usual amount that a tarot deck does have, and that's because they kind of combined the major arcana with the suits. But I still think they're awesome, so I'll get started with these tarot cards, asking pile 3 messages from the ancestors. Oh, got the Tower, which is also, if you're reading it like tarot with the clubs here, it'd be like the kind of the 6 of Wands. Getting the cards, messages for pile 3's ancestors. Got I believe that would be like the Jack of Clubs would be like the Page or the Knight. Feeling more Page. Messages from pile 3's ancestors. Bunch of cards flipped over. It's too many. I just need one more. Oh, ooh, the Star. Also the Page or Knight of Pentacles. Put this right there. Okay. Let me get a few of these old style Lenormand cards. Fortune telling. The Bouquet. Pile 2 got the Bouquet as well. Whips. And Clouds. Okay, that feels fitting with the Tower, the Clouds. Especially with how they're rising, it's almost like a forest fire. Okay, let me get you guys an astrology card, and then we'll get started. Okay, the 4th house is what you got. Okay, let me make sure everything is in frame. You can see all the cards. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I feel like the fact that you guys chose the Strength card, this is very fitting for what I'm picking up. I'm getting very strongly in my head the words, like generational trauma. Like, if you've heard of, fixing generational wounds, I feel like this is kind of the situation you're in, or what your ancestors want to tell you about. So with the Tower, I feel like recently, this Tower moment already happened, and it's definitely related to your family and family structure. I feel like there has been a long series of unhealthy interpersonal behavior in your family. I'm getting strongly passed down from mothers, and I'm getting that you're the one that is starting the chain of breaking this cycle. You're not going to do what or behave the way your mothers and your grandmother and so on and so forth, how they acted, because it's not healthy. And I see with the Star, there's a lot of healing that you're going to be doing. I don't know, especially why I'm thinking family is the 4th house has to do with family. It says, it makes you feel secure, support, and your home base for family. So it's definitely, you're the one breaking this cycle of generational trauma, which I'm getting strongly is on the mother's side. And you're being told that you're strong and you're going to make it through this, whatever is going on right now, that, this Tower moment, whatever disagreement or behavior you've been having to endure from your family members. You're being told that you're being very strong and you're going to make it through this, and you're going to heal, and you're going to stop the cycle, and you're not going to repeat it. If you have kids or nieces or anything like that, you're going to just cut it. It's this behavior and trauma stops with me. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm getting a sense that it feels like a very heavy burden. And I feel like your ancestors want to lend you strength through this experience, because they understand that it is a hard thing. And I don't get the sense that you are very particularly, I get the sense that you're younger and you've been having to deal with things that you shouldn't have had to deal with at your age. But you're going to be healing from this. I'm getting the sense that you're getting away from the situation and you're going to be healing from it. I don't know if you recently moved out or if you're planning on moving out. I think that's going to be really beneficial for you, because it will allow you the space to really reflect on the behavior of your family, maybe what caused it, why, and how you can heal from it. I'm going to read the booklet for these Lenormand cards. I find the booklet to be really nice. Start with the bouquet. The bouquet signals happiness and pleasure in everyday affairs and general satisfaction with life. For women, it means a thoughtful, caring partner and a possible gift. This card can mean a joyful event, preservation of harmony, or recognition in society. It represents beauty in all manifestations, from appearance and surroundings to inner fullness and contentment. See, this is a really good sign, despite the Tower and the clouds and the whips. you're going to come out of this healed and happy and in a much better situation with kinder people around you. We look at the whips now. So yeah, the whips talk about quarrel, discord, punishment, conflict. The whips card is a harbinger of quarrels and discord in relationships. It also indicates a lack of understanding among friends and associates. It usually means an unreliable partnership, friendship, or unhappy marriage. It brings up the possibility of punishment, anxiety, recurring problems. Problems may be due to changes in living conditions, disagreements, or disclosures of secrets. Resolution of the conflict requires a clean slate. I think that's a very interesting card. Or an interesting sentence. I want to go back to clouds now. Crisis, troubles, tangled situation, and doubts. The clouds card warns of troubles, illness, or events that you would like to avoid. There is dissonance in the soul and conflict and business endeavors. Unexpected circumstances may sabotage best laid plans. These challenges require patience and self-restraint to eliminate excess and find new ways through the crisis. Okay, yeah, so either this has already happened or you can see it starting to happen, where the pot is like boiling over in terms of tension among family members. And I'm definitely getting that the best way for you to kind of heal from this situation and deal with it is kind of like, I would say, like ripping off a band-aid really quickly. Like the clean slate line made me think of that, just like ripping off a band-aid really fast and dealing with it up front, you know, being very forward about it. No more passivity, passive aggressiveness I'm hearing, just being very honest about it, but also sort of taking some independence and putting space between yourself and the situation for your own well-being, and so that you can heal from this, because it's definitely very strongly just a cycle that has been going through your family for a long time. And like I said before, your ancestors are telling you, you know, you have the opportunity to break out of this cycle. So when the tower does crumble and the clouds start showing, you should take the opportunity to be open and discuss how it's affected you. Find your own space if you can, and really be kind to yourself and heal from, you know, this generational trauma, so that you don't repeat it with future generations in your family. And I don't think you will. I get the strong feeling that you're kind of cut from a different cloth. Most of your family members, maybe you feel like you don't really resemble or belong with most of your family members. But I feel like that's part of why your ancestors kind of picked you to be the ender of this generational trauma, is that you're a bit different. And I do see it turning out well with the star. Things will end in a nice way, in a peaceful, you will find peace and you'll heal. Right now, though, it may feel very chaotic, but it will get better, and that's why you're being told to be strong. Your ancestors want to lend you strength, and, you know, I'm very strongly getting the words like you are loved. So I don't know if you need to hear that, but you are loved. I'm also getting with this fourth house card to sort of find your family. Like, maybe your biological family is really toxic, or just the situation's not good. It's saying to like find friends and people who feel like family to you, like your chosen family. I'm getting that strongly with the fourth house as well. Find what makes you feel secure and find support, you know, elsewhere from this situation, because I don't see support coming from your biological family or whatever situation you're in. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pile 3. I know this one's a little bit heavier, but like I said, you know, you are strong. Your ancestors want to lend you strength. You are loved, and just make sure to be really gentle with yourself right now. You will be the one to stop this cycle, and that's something you should be happy and proud of, because that's a hard thing to do, and it looks like you're going to do it. You're in the process of doing it, so kudos to you. That is quite impressive. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!